Hello, this is the lecture number 7 for the chapter Straight Lines for the class 11th. In the last video, we have discussed up to the second exercise. In this lecture, we'll start with the distance of a point from a line. You have to find the distance of a point from a line. Let us take a line whose distance from the point P, whose coordinates x1, y1, you have to find the distance of this. That is, you have to find this distance m. And let the line L be ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now you can easily find the coordinate of this r and this point q, which is intersecting the x-axis and y-axis. You know that the coordinate of the point q can be obtained by putting the y coordinate as 0. So it will be, we will get minus c upon a 0, because on x-axis the y coordinate is 0. Similarly, the coordinate of r will be obtained by putting the value of x as 0. So the coordinate of a be 0, then the coordinate of y will be minus c upon b, and this becomes a triangle PRQ. And let the distance of this point from the line L be, this is the point R and this is the point Q, be N. Now the coordinates of R, Q and A we know, and the area of triangle PQR will be equal to half base into height. We have to find PM into base is RQ. Now you can easily find the area of the triangle by using the area of the triangle when the three vertex of the triangle is known. Now the area of triangle you can easily find half x1 y2 minus y3 y2 this is x1 y2 minus y3, it will be 0 plus c upon b plus x2, which is c by a, y2 minus y3 c by b minus y1 plus x3, and x3 will be 0 and it will be y1 minus this, equal to half base into height. Now PM we have to find, and the RQ is obtained. This is RQ, we know the coordinate of R and Q, and it is equal to by using the distance formula, which is comes out to be x2 minus x1 ka whole square plus y2 minus y1 ka whole square, x2 minus x1 ka whole square, y2 minus y1 ka whole square. This is the area of triangle when the three vertex of the triangle is given, and by simplifying this, squaring both the sides, you will get the value of PM as, when you simplify it, it comes out to be ax1 plus by1 plus c ka mod upon under root a square plus b square. So this is the distance of the point P, whose coordinate x1 y1 from the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is equal to ax1 plus by1 plus c ka mod upon under root a square plus b square. This is the formula you have to learn. Distance of the point from the given line. After that, you have to find the distance between the two parallel lines. Distance between parallel lines. Let the two lines be, let us take the two parallel lines. First line is this, which is y is equal to mx plus c1, and another parallel line to this, let us call it y is equal to mx plus c2. Because the lines are parallel, their slope will be equal. Now this point will be, when you put the y is equal to 0, it will be the xy coordinate will be 0. It is minus c1 upon m is the coordinate of this point. Let us say it is a, and let the distance between the two lines be d, and the distance is always a perpendicular distance. Now you have to find the distance of this point from the line. This will give the distance between the two parallel lines. It will be the equation is mx minus y plus c2 equal to 0. I have written this equation in standard form, ax plus by. Now using the formula we have already done just before this, the distance of the point from the given line is ax1, that is c1 upon m, ax1 plus by1 plus c upon under root a square plus b square. A is m and b is minus 1. So when you simplify it, it will be m से m cancel, it will be c2 minus c1 का mod upon under root 1 plus m square. This is the distance of the distance between the parallel lines. c2 minus c1 distance क्योंकि हमेशा पॉजिटिव होता है इसलिए c2 minus c1 का mod we have taken. So c2 minus c1 upon 1 upon 1 plus m square. M is the slope of the two given parallel lines. So these are the two formulas you have to do. Now after that in exercise 10.3 you have to, in question number 1, this equation is given x plus 7y is equal to 0, and you have to convert this into the slope intercept form. Now slope intercept form, you know it is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. Slope intercept form ये हमने करा था, slope intercept form of the equation of the line. So you have to convert these equations in question number 1 to slope intercept form, and you have to find the slope of the line and the y-intercept. The slope of the line is m and the y-intercept is c. We have discussed in the previous lectures. So you have to convert into slope intercept form. So minus x, y is equal to minus 1 upon 7 plus 0. तो आप इसमें जब convert compare करेंगे इससे तो slope तो minus 1 upon 7 and y-intercept is coming out to be 0. If you compare this with this, the coefficient of x in is equal to y is equal to mx plus c is the slope of the line, and the constant term is the y-intercept of the line. Y-intercept ये होता है, line ये slope intercept form, ये slope होता है और ये y-intercept, that is c. We have discussed in the previous lectures. Now in the second part we have 6x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. So 3y is equal to minus 6x plus 5, y is equal to minus 2x plus 5 upon 3. So this is converted into the slope intercept form. So therefore m is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 5 upon 3. So this is the slope intercept form and the slope and the y-intercept of these lines. The last part of this is third part, y is equal to 0. So you can write y is equal to 0x plus 0. So therefore slope is 0 and y-intercept is also equal to 0. Y-intercept is also equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means it is the x-axis. Then the slope of the x-axis is 0 and the y-intercept of the x-axis is also equal to 0. So this is the method to convert any line into the slope intercept form, which is equal to the y is equal to mx plus c. Now in question number 2 you have to convert the following equation into the intercept form. Now what is the intercept form? You know it. Intercept form is x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1, and the shape of the line is this. This is equal to a, this is equal to b, this is the x-intercept and the value of b is y-intercept. So this is the equation of the line in the intercept form. So you have to convert this into the intercept form. So how you have to convert into the intercept form? First of all, you take the constant to the right hand side and divide the whole equation by the constant, and divide the whole equation by the constant, that is 12. So it will be x upon 4, y upon 6 is equal to 1. So therefore x intercept is 4 and y intercept is 6. So this is the x intercept and the y intercept. The value of a is x intercept and the value of b is y intercept, and x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1 is the equation of the line in the intercept form. Now the next is 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. So as I already told you, divide the whole equation by the constant and arrange like this. Be very careful, arrange like this is equal to 1 like this. So x upon 3 upon 2 plus y upon minus 2 and 1. See the arrangement here. You have to make the coefficient of x as 1. So the x intercept is 3 by 2 and the y intercept is minus 2. A, b, x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. This is the equation of the line in the intercept form. X upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. Now the next is third, 3y plus 2 equal to 0. 3y is equal to minus 2. 0x plus 3y is equal to minus 2. So it will be 0 upon 2 plus 3y upon 2 is equal to 1 minus 2 minus 2. So you have to write like this. Y upon minus 2 upon 3. You have to write like this. The coefficient of y you have to make it 1 and this is 0. So x intercept is 0 and y intercept is minus 2 upon 3. Because y is equal to minus 2 upon 3 will be the graph of, you draw the graph of this, it will be like this. x-axis, y-axis, y is equal to minus 2 by 3 will be somewhere below the x-axis and it will intersect the y-axis below the x-axis, and in this the x-intercept is 0 and the y-intercept is minus 2 by 3 like this. So this is the method to convert any equation from into the intercept form, and in the one question, first question number 1, we have converted the equation into the slope intercept form. In question number 3, the equation you have to convert it into the normal form. Now what is the normal form we have done? X cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to p is the equation of the line in the normal form, and the diagram of this will be this. P is the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the given line, and alpha is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of the x-axis. So this is the equation of the line in the normal form. You have to find the alpha and the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the given line. So in that, how you have to convert it into the normal form? First of all, take the constant to the right hand side, then make the constant as positive. Made the constant as positive because p cannot be negative. Then you have to divide the whole equation by under root a square plus b square, where a is the coefficient of x and b is the coefficient of y. So it is 3 plus 1, it is 2. So you have to divide the whole equation by 2. You have to divide the whole equation by 2. So it comes out to be minus half x plus root 3 by 2y is equal to 4. Now if we compare this equation with this, cos alpha is equal to minus half, sin alpha is equal to root 3 by 2, and p is 4. Now the distance of the line from the origin is equal to 4, but we have to find the alpha also, that is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of the x-axis. Now because cos alpha is negative and sin alpha is positive, so it means the this line is in the second quadrant, and you have to find the alpha. It will be obtuse. Now you know how to find alpha. When the sine and cos is given, you divide the whole equation this by this. It will be minus ka root 3, that is 10 alpha is equal to minus ka 10 pi by 3. and you have to convert into the second quadrant. So for second quadrant, 180 minus pi by 3, it will be 2 pi by 3. So the angle made by the line with the positive direction of the x-axis is 2 pi by 3, and the distance of this line from the origin is 4. So like this, you have to convert the equation of the line into the normal form. First of all, you have to make the constant as positive, then you have to divide the whole equation by the under root a square plus b square, that is by the under root of the square of the coefficient of x and coefficient of y. Let us take this, x minus y is equal to 4. Here the constant is already positive, so you have to divide the whole equation by under root a square plus b square, which is coming out to be root 2. So you have to divide the whole equation by root 2. So 4 upon root 2. So cos alpha is equal to 1 upon root 2. Sin alpha is equal to minus 1 upon root 2, and p is equal to 4 upon root 2, which is coming out to be 2 root 2. 2 into 2, and 2 is cancelled by the root 2, it will be equal to 2. Now you have to find the alpha, because alpha sign is negative, cos is positive, so it will lie in the third quadrant. So you have to find the angle in the third quadrant. So sin alpha upon cos alpha, when you divide it, coming it to be 1. Tan alpha is equal to minus 10 pi by 4, and because you have to convert it into third quadrant, because sign is negative, so 180 plus pi by 4, it is coming out to be 10 5 pi by 4. So the alpha is coming out to be 5 pi by 4. This is the angle made by the line perpendicular, made by the positive direction of the x-axis in the third quadrant, 5 pi by 4. So this is the conversion of the line into the various form, that is in the normal form, the slope intercept form, and the slope intercept form, and the intersect form. Okay, I'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.